Betrayal is an incredibly painful experience, leaving you with a deep sense of hurt and anger. The desire for revenge may feel overwhelming, but the smartest way to handle betrayal is not through impulsive actions or emotional outbursts. Instead, the true art of revenge lies in mastering your emotions, focusing on self-growth, and living a fulfilling life. Let's explore the ultimate guide to revenge, one that preserves your dignity, strengthens your character, and helps you move forward with confidence. When someone betrays you, the natural and immediate reaction is often emotional. Anger, sadness, or a deep desire to make the other person feel the pain they caused you. However, the most powerful response you can offer in these situations is to act like nothing happened. This doesn't mean that you should suppress your emotions or ignore the pain, but rather that you should refrain from giving the betrayer the reaction they are likely expecting or hoping for. Remaining calm, collected, and indifferent in the face of betrayal is a strategic move that allows you to regain control of the situation. The person who betrayed you may expect or even thrive on your emotional reaction. They might be waiting for you to explode in anger, confront them, or lash out. By not giving them this satisfaction, you disarm them. Your lack of response takes them by surprise and leaves them wondering about your thoughts and next move. This psychological uncertainty creates a power dynamic where you remain in control while they become the one waiting for a reaction. Imagine a coworker who undermined you in a meeting, expecting you to confront them angrily afterward. Instead of reacting immediately, you maintain your composure, politely finishing the conversation and walking away with your dignity intact. Your calmness forces them to reflect on their actions and feel unsettled by your unexpected response. Betrayal can provoke strong, often irrational emotions, and reacting in the heat of the moment can lead to saying or doing things you might regret later. When you choose to act like nothing happened, you're actively protecting your dignity. You refuse to let the betrayal drag you down to a place where you lose control of your emotions. Instead, you maintain your grace and self-respect by keeping your emotions private and not displaying vulnerability to the betrayer. If a friend betrays your trust by gossiping about you, your initial impulse might be to confront them publicly or lash out on social media. However, by choosing to stay silent and composed, you protect your image, and you also send a subtle message: you're above such drama. Ignoring the betrayal doesn't mean you aren't affected. It shows emotional strength. Many people are quick to act when hurt, but it takes greater strength to pause, think, and decide not to react immediately. By not allowing the betrayal to dictate your behavior, you demonstrate resilience and control over your emotions. This strength can be empowering, as you show yourself and others that you are not easily shaken or influenced by negative actions. If a romantic partner betrays your trust, you may feel the urge to confront them in a fit of anger or hurt. Instead, by calmly walking away from the relationship without a dramatic confrontation, you prove that your emotional well-being is in your own hands, and they do not have the power to disrupt your life. Even if you choose not to react outwardly, it's still important to process your emotions. Acting like nothing happened doesn't mean bottling up your feelings indefinitely. Take time in private to reflect on how the betrayal made you feel, why it happened, and what your next steps should be. The goal is to avoid reacting impulsively, not to avoid your emotions altogether. Journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or practicing mindfulness can help you work through your feelings in a healthy way. In situations where you encounter the person who betrayed you, whether at work, in your social circle, or elsewhere, it's essential to keep your composure. When you see them, act as if everything is fine. Greet them as usual, engage in small talk if necessary, and carry on with your day. Your ability to maintain a cool demeanor will make it clear that their actions didn't break you. If you find it difficult to remain composed when seeing them, practice deep breathing techniques or mentally prepare yourself ahead of time. Visualize yourself handling the situation with calm and poise, reinforcing that you are in control. While it's important to act like nothing happened, it's equally important not to fall into passive-aggressive behaviors. This includes giving the person the silent treatment, making snide remarks, or using indirect methods to make them feel bad. True emotional strength comes from indifference, not from subtle attempts at revenge. The goal is to rise above the situation, not to engage in petty tactics. If you feel the urge to be passive-aggressive, remind yourself of the bigger picture. You are moving forward, and the best way to win is to remain composed and focused on your own growth and success. What happens when you ignore a betrayal? You regain control. Betrayal often leaves you feeling powerless and out of control, as the actions of another person have directly impacted your emotional well-being. By choosing not to react, you take back your power. You show that the betrayal doesn't define your behavior, your emotions, or your next steps. This regained sense of control is crucial to moving on and healing. The betrayer feels uneasy. When you act indifferent, the person who betrayed you is left in a state of confusion and anxiety. They expected you to react, maybe even planned for it. But now they are left wondering what you're thinking, how you'll respond later, and whether or not their actions had any effect. This mental discomfort is a subtle but powerful form of justice. You focus on growth. By not reacting, you free up emotional energy that can be channeled into something more productive, your own personal growth. Whether it's focusing on your career, personal projects, or self-improvement, you can use the situation as motivation to better yourself. This is the most fulfilling and effective form of revenge because it ensures that you come out of the situation stronger and more successful than before. Conclusion: mastering silence is the ultimate power. Ignoring betrayal and choosing not to react immediately is one of the most powerful and intelligent ways to handle such a painful situation. By acting like nothing happened, you maintain your dignity, protect your emotional well-being, and ultimately, regain control over the situation. Silence isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength, maturity, and resilience. Remember, the best revenge is not giving the betrayer what they expect. Instead, you rise above, stronger and unshaken, ready to focus on your own growth and happiness. Stay cool. Control your emotions and build wisdom. When betrayal strikes, one of the hardest things to do is maintain your composure. It's natural to feel overwhelmed by a mix of anger, hurt, confusion, and sadness. However, staying cool and controlling your emotions is essential to protecting your mental health and maintaining a clear mind. Emotional outbursts or impulsive reactions often lead to further complications or regrets. Instead, the key to handling betrayal gracefully is to master your emotions, using them as a tool for growth rather than destruction. Here's how you can cultivate emotional control and build wisdom in the face of betrayal. Why controlling your emotions is crucial. When you're emotionally charged, especially after being hurt, it's easy to make impulsive decisions. Whether it's confronting the person who betrayed you, saying something hurtful in return, or making a rash choice like cutting ties immediately, these actions can have long-term consequences. Acting in the heat of the moment can backfire, leaving you with regrets once your emotions cool down. By staying calm, you give yourself the space to reflect and assess the situation with clarity. This helps you make rational, thought-out decisions that benefit your long-term well-being, rather than acting in a way that could cause further damage. For example, Sarah, after finding out her best friend gossiped about her, wanted to send an angry text right away. Instead, she took time to cool down and later addressed the situation calmly. This allowed her to confront the issue constructively and avoid saying things she might have regretted in the heat of the moment. Losing control of your emotions can sometimes lead to public displays of anger or distress, which might affect how others perceive you. Keeping your cool ensures that you protect your reputation and prevent others from witnessing a breakdown or outburst. In professional settings especially, emotional outbursts can harm your standing and relationships with colleagues. Even in personal settings, people respect those who handle difficult situations with grace and composure. Imagine a betrayal at work. Your colleague takes credit for your idea in a meeting. If you lash out immediately, it may reflect poorly on you, even if you're in the right. Instead, by staying calm and addressing the issue later in a professional manner, you protect your image and demonstrate emotional maturity. Handling betrayal calmly demonstrates emotional intelligence, which is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions while also empathizing with others. When you manage your emotions effectively, you build resilience, which is critical for overcoming life's challenges. Betrayal, no matter how painful, becomes an opportunity to practice patience, self-reflection, and emotional control, making you stronger for future adversities. How to control your emotions after betrayal. One of the most effective ways to control your emotions is to pause. When you first experience the betrayal, allow yourself to take a break before reacting. This could mean walking away from a confrontation, taking a deep breath, or even stepping outside for fresh air. By physically and mentally distancing yourself from the situation, you create the space necessary to process what's happening. During this pause, reflect on what you're feeling. Acknowledge your emotions, whether it's anger, sadness, or confusion, but don't let them take over. Instead, focus on understanding why you feel the way you do. This reflection can help you see the situation more objectively and prevent an immediate, emotionally charged response. A tip: count to 10 or practice deep breathing techniques when you feel anger or frustration rising. These simple actions can help regulate your emotions and give you a moment to regain control. Becoming aware of your emotional triggers is key to staying cool in stressful situations. Ask yourself, what specifically about the betrayal has triggered your emotions? Is it the loss of trust, the feeling of being disrespected, or perhaps fear of how others will perceive the situation? Understanding your emotional triggers can help you better navigate them and respond in a balanced way. By building emotional awareness, you become better equipped to handle future situations with more ease. You'll know what upsets you and how to manage those feelings before they spiral out of control. Another tip: keep a journal to track your emotional responses. Writing down how you feel can help you better understand your triggers and allow you to process emotions in a healthy, non-reactive way. Emotions, especially strong ones like anger or hurt, are powerful. Instead of letting these emotions control you, channel them into something productive. Use them as fuel for growth. Whether it's setting new goals, diving into a project, or engaging in self-improvement activities, your emotions can serve as a catalyst for change. For example, if betrayal leaves you feeling undervalued or disrespected, channel that energy into improving yourself. Focus on your career, health, or personal development. By turning negative emotions into positive actions, you not only distract yourself from the pain, but also come out stronger. After being betrayed by a close friend, Michael decided to use his feelings of anger and hurt to fuel his passion for fitness. He committed to daily exercise and focused on self-improvement, which helped him regain confidence and channel his energy into something positive. Wisdom through reading and self-education. Another effective way to stay cool and manage emotions is by turning to books and self-education. Learning from others' experiences, studying philosophies of emotional resilience, or even diving into literature on personal growth can help you gain a broader perspective on betrayal and how to handle it. Books, particularly those focused on personal development, mindfulness, or emotional intelligence, can provide you with tools to manage your emotions effectively. Reading about how others have overcome challenges similar to yours can offer practical advice, give you new perspectives, and teach you to approach situations with greater clarity. For example, if you're struggling with anger, books like The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle can teach you the importance of living in the present moment and letting go of grudges. Or, if you want to learn more about emotional resilience, Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman can help you understand how to better manage your emotions. In addition to reading, self-reflection is a powerful way to gain wisdom. Take time to reflect on the betrayal, why it happened, what role you played, and how you can grow from the experience. Wisdom comes not from avoiding pain, but from learning how to handle it with maturity and grace. Use self-reflection as a way to learn more about yourself, your boundaries, your values, and what you will or won't tolerate moving forward. This will help you make better decisions in future relationships and ensure that you protect yourself from similar betrayals. Conclusion: stay cool, grow wise. In the face of betrayal, staying cool and controlling your emotions is a sign of emotional strength and wisdom. By pausing, reflecting, and channeling your emotions into positive growth, you rise above the situation. Engaging in self-education and reading can further bolster your ability to handle difficult emotions with grace and maturity. Remember, the best revenge is living a life of wisdom and self-control, where your emotions serve you, not the other way around. Never lower your value. Live happily and set high goals. When betrayal strikes, it's easy to start questioning your own worth. Whether the betrayal comes from a close friend, a romantic partner, or even a colleague, it can make you feel undervalued, unloved, or disrespected. However, one of the most important things to remember is that someone else's actions do not determine your value. No matter what has happened, your self-worth remains intact, and you must never allow someone else's betrayal to make you doubt yourself or lower your standards. The best way to rise above betrayal is to focus on yourself, live happily, and set ambitious goals that reflect your true potential. Here's how you can maintain and elevate your self-worth after experiencing betrayal. Why you should never lower your value. After betrayal, feelings of rejection, hurt, and frustration can lead you to question your self-worth. You might start to believe that you weren't good enough or that something is wrong with you. These thoughts are normal, but they are not the truth. The reality is that betrayal reflects the betrayer's character, not yours. Your value remains the same, no matter how others treat you. By not lowering your standards or self-worth, you protect yourself from internalizing someone else's bad behavior. This helps you move forward with confidence and resilience, ensuring that you don't let their actions define your happiness or future. Laura, after being betrayed by a friend who spread rumors about her, felt initially crushed and doubted her self-worth. But she reminded herself that the friend's actions said more about the friend's insecurities and jealousy than about her own value. Laura decided to focus on her career and goals, not allowing the betrayal to diminish her sense of self. How to maintain your self-worth after betrayal. One of the most effective ways to prove your worth is by living a happy and fulfilling life. Betrayal can pull you into a negative emotional spiral, but by choosing happiness and self-care, you regain control of your emotional well-being. Focus on activities, hobbies, and relationships that bring you joy. Surround yourself with people who appreciate and value you, and invest your time in things that nurture your soul. By prioritizing your happiness, you're not only healing from the betrayal, but also showing the world and yourself that you deserve to live a life filled with joy, regardless of what others have done. After her partner's betrayal, Monica could have stayed home and wallowed in sadness, but instead, she threw herself into her passion for painting. This brought her a sense of peace and fulfillment, and soon she found herself feeling happier and more confident than before. Another powerful way to reinforce your value is to set ambitious, realistic goals for yourself. Whether these goals are related to your career, personal life, health, or even new hobbies, working toward them will remind you of your capabilities and strengths. Achieving these goals will bring you a sense of accomplishment and reaffirm your self-worth. Setting high goals doesn't mean overloading yourself with unrealistic expectations. It means setting meaningful, personal milestones that align with your values and passions. Focus on what drives you, and let that serve as your motivation to move forward, despite the betrayal. Michael, who was betrayed by a business partner, felt initially defeated. Instead of giving up, he decided to start his own company. He set new goals for growth, expansion, and client acquisition. Over time, his new business flourished, and he proved to himself and to others that he could succeed despite the betrayal. Betrayal can sometimes make you feel like you need to lower your standards to avoid future pain or rejection. You might feel tempted to settle for relationships or opportunities that don't fully reflect your worth, just to feel accepted. However, it's crucial to hold on to your high standards and never settle for less than you deserve. Refuse to let betrayal convince you that you're not worthy of respect, love, or success. Whether it's in romantic relationships, friendships, or professional settings, ensure that you only engage with people and opportunities that honor your value and treat you with the respect you deserve. After her betrayal, Lisa found herself in a new relationship where her partner didn't treat her with the care she deserved. Instead of staying, she reminded herself of her worth and ended the relationship, choosing to wait for someone who valued her as much as she valued herself. Building a life of happiness and high standards. After betrayal, it's important to cultivate a deep sense of self-respect. Respect yourself enough to walk away from people and situations that do not align with your values. Your happiness and well-being should always come first, and self-respect is key to maintaining your sense of worth in the face of hardship. This means being true to yourself, knowing your boundaries, and refusing to compromise your values to accommodate others. When you respect yourself, others will recognize and respect you in turn. John, after a close friend took advantage of him, learned to set boundaries with people. He realized that respecting his own time and energy was more important than trying to please others who didn't appreciate him. This led to stronger, healthier relationships moving forward. Every small victory counts when rebuilding your self-worth. Take the time to celebrate your successes, no matter how big or small. Whether it's hitting a personal goal, succeeding at work, or simply maintaining a healthy routine, each achievement serves as a reminder of your strength and value. When you celebrate your own accomplishments, you reinforce the idea that your worth is not determined by others. This empowers you to continue striving for success and happiness, regardless of the obstacles you face. After overcoming a painful betrayal by a colleague, Mark decided to celebrate every small success at work, from completing a project to receiving positive feedback from his manager. These small celebrations boosted his confidence and helped him see his worth, independent of others' actions. In the aftermath of betrayal, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others, wondering why you were betrayed or why someone else seems to have a better life. But comparison is the thief of joy. Instead of measuring your worth by how others are treated or by what others have, focus solely on your own journey. Everyone's path is different, and comparing yourself to others only distracts you from your unique strengths and goals. Sarah used to compare herself to others in her social circle, wondering why she was the one who was betrayed. But she soon realized that her self-worth wasn't tied to anyone else's life or decisions. By focusing on her own path and letting go of comparisons, she found a renewed sense of confidence and purpose. Conclusion: live a life that reflects your true value. In the face of betrayal, it's crucial to remember that your value doesn't change based on how others treat you. Never lower your standards or let someone's actions diminish your sense of worth. Instead, focus on living a happy, fulfilled life by pursuing your passions, setting high goals, and refusing to settle for anything less than you deserve. By cultivating self-respect, celebrating your successes, and avoiding comparisons, you can rise above the hurt of betrayal and create a life that reflects your true value. In the end, the greatest revenge is living well and thriving, proving to yourself and to the world that you are unshaken, confident, and deserving of all the happiness and success life has to offer.